person called Gursk. And yeah, let's see. So d4, knight f6. For those who are new, I'm gonna be playing 3 minutes, 5 minutes games. I'm not gonna be playing too much. I'm not gonna be playing at all actually with increment, because I wanna be able to flag you guys if I mess up and don't win in a sort of normal way. And probably be playing more 3-minute games against high-rated players, and then 5 minutes against slightly lower-rated players, so that I can comment a bit more and try and be instructive or whatever. Because I think that's one of the points of this whole banter thing. Anyway, we got ourselves a pretty standard Maran position. My opponent clearly has done nothing wrong so far, although this may have been a bit wrong. I think you should have taken with the bishop, since now knight g4 attacks both h2 and e3. He probably has to go h3 or g3, and then I take the bishop on e3, ruin his pawn structure, and it's gonna give myself some really, really nice dark squares as well. Okay, so let me just chop this off, put my knight on e5. Looks very, very good. Next, I'm thinking of moves like g6, taking away the f5 square for his knight. There's also this also means that I can put the queen quite conveniently on e7. So he goes b4, trying to take control over some dark squares, which is very, very sensible. But still, with this move, queen e7, I'm putting pressure on b4. He probably has to protect it with queen b2 or queen b3, and then I bring the bishop around bishop c8, and then either bishop d7 or e6, because this bishop on d7 is the only piece of mine that's not so well placed, and when I manage to improve this piece, I should be considerably better. Also, queen g5 is a bit of an idea now. Then I have to watch out for some tricks like knight c6, but then I believe I have either bishop h3 or bishop e6. But queen g5 would create dual threats of bishop takes h3 and also queen takes e3, with check winning the knight on d4. Knight is gone rook f2. I'm a little bit less convinced about queen g5, since there are moves like knight f3, but I can take that and put the bishop on e6. So I think queen g5 is still a good move. And now after knight c6, I think bishop e6 is the only good move, but it was quite sufficient. Maybe on the last move we could have gone bishop takes b5 actually, because I was only thinking of knight takes b5, but then I have bishop e6. The point of either move is to make me take back on b5, and then he would have knight d5 attacking the queen, followed by a fork on f6. So he allows me to take on e3 with a nice little double attack on f2 and d4. He protects the rook, so I'm just going to take the knight, and if rook f7, I could just go bishop e6. I don't have to take So now I think I win a full rook more, and with rook and a bishop up should be plain sailing. Okay, not a bad game from my opponent at all. He had some very good ideas, but it just turned out that with the positional advantage I had, that the tactics usually work out in my favor. Okay, so we get ourselves another game. Let me just see. Yeah, let's just accept Bagsy Mogs, of course. As people who have seen this stream before will know, I'm a sucker for these stupid names. And my opponent says huge fun. Good luck reaching 2900. Thank you very much. I do feel though, since I'm like 3269 now, reaching 2900 would be a bit of a bummer. But that's just me. Okay, so let's talk more play. What's the story here? So he sacrificed a pawn. It's a bit similar to the Blumenfeld gambit against 1d4. And by the way, good luck to my opponent as well. May you one day reach 2900 as well. So I think I should strike in the center with e5. Move which has several purposes. Obviously, developing, opening up for the bishop on f8, so that the knight on b4 would not be hanging. And also, it was not so easy to actually take this. I probably should go to b8 actually. Knight a5 looks a bit weird. So he couldn't actually take an e5 earlier on, or he could, but it wasn't that great because of queen h4 check, and if g3 there's always queen to e4. So it will be interesting to see what he does now. Now he can take, because before, when the queen goes to e4, I would have had a fork on c2 with the knight, but now he probably could have taken. Because queen e4, queen h4, queen e4, you can go knight f3 and meet that fairly satisfactorily. Yeah, whatever. I think that's how we say it. So he goes bishop g5. Okay, I'm just gonna go f6. Try and keep everything sort of tidy. Bishop g4, I think. I'm not so worried about giving up the bishop pair, as my strategy is very much dark squared based here. So I'm just provoking this. I think I'm gonna eliminate this knight. I'm gonna play knight d7, and my opponent does have some activity, but I think I have too much control over the position here to be really worried. So this knight is just being rerouted in a hurry to d6. So now I'm just gonna put the queen on c5 probably. Yeah. Queen c5 check. King e2. So if you'd gone queen e3, I think I just would have gone b6. Trying to keep the blockade at all costs. Now I'm seeing that I'm running short on time actually. Like spending so much time yapping that I'm actually a little bit worried. Okay, I'm just gonna take this, rook f8, hopefully start invading. Okay, g6. And now e4 should win. Take this back. If he takes on f8, I take with the queen, and then rook e8 after queen e4. And this one as well is lost for him. Now I'm a clear knight up, and he resigned. Okay, good game, but eventually the pawn that he sacked in the opening, very much told, since it gave me a bunch of good squares for my pieces. And as I said before, if you want to play, you should challenge me at